my main purchase of textiles is going on here. So I wish I could expand my tailor industry in this area. It'd make a lot more sense. During childbirth, frozen to death. That's happening to a few of my people here and there. Not terribly surprising, but sad nonetheless. I do feel responsible. Are these guys purchasing textiles? Yes, yes they are. In that case, I will go ahead and remove that structure. Oh, I did not mean to place removal on that though. Yes, those can stay. Seems like there is a good bit of wool in these. It doesn't surprise me too much. I mean, textiles are being purchased en masse around this area. Oh dear, that's a lot of wool coats. Wonder if that's one of the issues. Perhaps I have enough tailors. It's just that they are going ever further in search of wool, because the place they store their wool coats is filling up, and so the wool has to be moved out further and further. I do suppose that's possible. The situation would rectify itself once we see a drop in the number of coats being stored, because then wool would be able to be stored in those areas. Oh my! Flash freeze. Holy crap. That really snuck up on me. Ah, now I can throw down yet another tailor right here. Ah, it's good to have these numbers expanding. I do still need to establish something right here. Let's pin that right there. Even if I were to build a market right here, I doubt... I suppose it could be useful across the mountain. Then I should try it in the same style as I have it up here. Not allowing things to go to waste as I have before. See, I can grow, I can learn. I'm not the most competent banished player ever, but I can adjust my style when I see something that's more effective. Now I do need to slowly scale this area back to get a real feel for what it should be like. And then I feel I should clear that so that I can build a road through there. And then establish a small stockpile elsewhere. Actually, this stockpile is good enough to feed these, I would say. I don't think I need another stockpile down here. So what I could do is build some storage barns, much needed, and then scale back slowly. Build some taverns, maybe even a double line of taverns, and then housing, eventually a market, a chapel, a schoolhouse, things like that. And build that all right here. Hopefully the market can go to somewhere down there. Absolutely it can go down there. Yeah, that works out perfectly actually. Because then with that down there, it seems like I'm wasting a lot of space of it with the mountains, yes, but there's a nice node right over here that I'll be able to establish some housing in. It should be somewhat effective, and then I can maybe make a forest node somewhere down here, do some light fishing on these shorelines, do some farming over in this area maybe, as well as maybe even over here, depending on how far it seems like it can make it. And I think I actually have all of the materials I need to set that out. I just need to wait for this stockpile to be cleared so I can get it, like I said, nice and squared. Late spring, I'm down to 609,000 food. Or up to 610,000. Down to 609. It's all over the place. So, how much do I use? I use 267,000 food a year. At a population of 2,300. That's a little bit over 100 food a person, I think. I think that sounds about right. When are they going to get this cleared out? Seriously, there's not much left here. What is it? Just some stone. Please, move that. Thank you. Thank you! Finally. Can't get good help these days, I swear. Okay, so that gives me that established. And then I can just run through here and place down a whole bunch of storage barns. I do like that idea, but I need some spaces here and there so that people can walk on through. I don't want it to be that rough that people have to walk like all the way around, you know? Oh, late spring, and I'm down just about to dip under 600k food. That's alright. Now, I also... I need to potentially start special ordering herbs from general merchants. Because at a point, it doesn't make sense for me to have just tons and tons of everything else coming through and no herbs. Because herbs are generally a bit harder to collect. I think that will do. But I doubt he'll be back for a few years, so that won't get me anything consistently for a while. So in the meantime, I might set up more herbalists amongst my forester nodes. Even if they end up being largely ineffective, so long as they end up pulling down a few extra herbs here and there, it can make quite the difference. Alright, so I'm going to continue establishing this area through here. Now this should probably just be a dirt road back, just to give it a squared feeling. Oh, yeah, I can only fit one tavern, that's what I was thinking. And then, is that a length of 4? I think so. Yeah, I can fit stone housing there. Oh, so close. There's a lot of things that are always going to be just so close, and yet nothing will come of it. Could fit in a blacksmith. I could fit in 2 blacksmiths. I think that's going to be a perfect situation right there. And then maybe I can establish a well right there. Great. That seems to work. And then, as I said before, I'm thinking of turning this into something of an ale town. Just because I feel the need to produce further units of ale. Alright, but I'm not sure if I want there to be more than 1 layer. I suppose I could do a double layer of ale. Now, is there anything I can fit on this edge here? It's going to be a good question. Does not look like it. There's not much space at all. Okay, so I think going with the double will work out. Hopefully it won't drain my supply of apples too quickly. Now with that established, I need to establish a population center right here. That's going to be absolutely necessary. So this is where the small little foresting node that I have is starting to conflict with what I want to establish. At the moment, I think, though, I could build around it and then eventually just clear this all out and move it down further, move it out further. It definitely served its purpose. It was here for quite a while. And I could place yet more housing down this way, but there's that hill there, so I'm gonna be limited at some point. Right there. Okay. Let's see where I can start placing again. I want things to be somewhat even keel, so right there is good. And I think I'm also going to have to take out this road right here. We can go right to there, but I'm going to need a little bit more space for planting these houses. Thankfully, though, it provides a nice back for me establishing these houses. Whether or not I end up establishing a house there, it's iffy. It's very iffy. I could actually set this one down as long as I set it down in that direction. Ooh, I just realized that the way I'm setting these things up, my tunnel is unfortunately placed. Can I remove that tunnel? I can. That's surprising. I wasn't sure if you could remove tunnels or not. But I guess that answers that question. Well, I'll just have to leave this be. Let it be a little something something. Whatever it might be. I don't have to let it encroach too far, but I can let it encroach a little bit. And be okay with that. And considering it's right up against the mountain, actually, I suppose what I could do is just make it so that the dirt road crosses like that, and then remove this stuff. I'm not going to remove this quite yet, though. That actually fits rather perfectly, but I'm not quite sure I'm sold on it. I suppose what I could do is let that road shape itself the way it's going to, and then create a cut through right here, as well as establish this is a straight and narrow path. And I'll probably do that all the way down. I'm not going to remove these quite yet still, though. I know that they're going to be losing their production numbers very quickly, regardless of what I do. But I feel enough of an attachment to them that I'm just going to let them produce for the while. I didn't realize that I had markets operating under efficiency. Could use more vendors then. There we go. Perfect. Although at the rate I'm going, I actually might need more builders. Ah. You can see that these people are most certainly jumping to what I've told them to do. So I do need to fit a market back here somewhere still. And I'd really prefer it right on that edge where I can't build anything more. I don't see that being too much of an issue. This does have a radius that includes all of the housing, pretty much. Yeah, I will place this market in this back corner.